Full time from the Red Bull Arena in Leipzig. The Netherlands 0, France 0. And of course, this is the first Euros game to end goalless since England. Yep, if you don't know what I mean, basically, in Euro 2020, the last game in the Euros at all to end in a goalless draw was in fact England versus Scotland. Would you believe it? It had to involve England in it with a 0-0 stalemate. And yeah, and of course, Netherlands-France, 50 games later, is a 0-0 draw. Yay! But seriously though, thoughts on the game? Decent, good, mid-game? Nah. But disappointing for a French point of view anyway, in front of net, in front of goal. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. But to be fair though, both teams probably didn't want to risk anything, so to be fair, I would wanted a winner-take-all game between Holland and Austria. But at the same time, no, I didn't want France to win. So, yeah. But seriously, of course, now I'll get onto the rant side of this video in a minute, in the not too distant future in the video. But Holland have had their moments, but at the end of the day, it was a ball draw, not a ball draw. It was probably a good 0-0 actually, to be fair. Excuse me. Yes. But however, though, of course, Kyillan Mbappé, obviously he was a massive doubt for this game. However, though, he was on the bench, but he didn't play any part at all in tonight's game, which, to be honest with you, does make sense. As obviously they didn't want to risk him and everything, but I think, and I've just seen a stat as well. I've just seen a post on Instagram earlier. If France actually finished runners-up in the group, Portugal win the group, Portugal and France could meet each other in the last 16, which, for Portugal's sake, isn't great, because I would rather play France in the final, because that would probably be a better time to play France in the final. So, the Netherlands, of course, both Netherlands and France are guaranteed to go through into the knockout stages anyway, even if they finish in third place. And in Poland, bye-bye, the airport is this way. Of course, Poland, obviously, because I did do a video on the Poland-Austria game earlier. Following that defeat and the draw, Poland are officially the first team to be eliminated from the European Championships. And it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. But saying that, though, on paper, though, the group, France and Netherlands should be getting top 2 easily from this group. In all honesty. But we've seen the form that Austria have been in as well. And yeah, we've seen the form that Austria have been in as well. So if Austria aren't making it easy for France and Holland. But Poland, though, they just about scraped into the Euros by beating Wales in the playoffs. But obviously, them two, Austria and Poland, don't need to mention them in the video. But of course, the Netherlands' next game is against Austria in Berlin. And of course, Poland's next game is against France in Dortmund, which for Poland is a dead rubber. They're already gone. For France, they they would want to win the group, and they probably need they would want Austria to at least get something from the Dutch, for them to win the group. But now the controversy, the Xavi Simons goal. Now, yeah, so obviously, Xavi Simons, he put the Dutch 1-0 up, which probably should have won the Netherlands the game. However, though, Anthony Taylor and Premier League officials decided, no, we're supporting France. France immediately flag it for offside. Shut up. Right, but what's actually disgusting, right? They actually didn't check it until after the... Right, so basically what happened was, Xavi Simons struck the ball, it was in the net, celebrated, and then Anthony Taylor, by the way, he actually talked straight away to the linesman and gave offside. He didn't check. Well, he checked like 20 seconds later after he checked like 20 seconds later after spoke to the linesman. I'm sorry, right? But now, if you would have done that in the Premier League, you get absolutely slated for that, and rightly so, right? And what's even more embarrassing, right? Normally, you check the goal after it's scored. Not go straight to the linesman, give offside, and then check it again. And then check it. Like, it doesn't... Oh, but, see, Denzel Dumfries was the player that was marked offside. I get it. He was in an offside position. However, though, he didn't touch the ball. He didn't interfere with play. And Mayon even seen the ball. He couldn't even dive. He didn't even attempt to dive to get the ball. It is mental how Holland got robbed there. It is, oh my God. Oh my God. Hopefully Portugal don't have an English referee tomorrow. Otherwise, we'd get robbed ourselves. But hopefully that doesn't happen again, because that was the longest check in this tournament so far. And of course, when Portugal played, after our goal got disallowed, it was checked straight away, and then it checked, and then straight away just got on with the game. That's how quick the Portugal check was. Unlike France, it took nearly 10 years. That's what happens every week if you're watching the Premier League. Every VAR decision in the Premier League takes nearly 10 years. Right? Well, what I mean by that is approximately it takes nearly 5-10 minutes to make a decision. Right? It ruins the game. It ruins the enjoyment of fans celebrating goals and players celebrating goals for nothing. It's murder. It's murder. It is murder to the beautiful game, honestly. But I'm not going to get on about the Premier League. But the Premier League, though, is corrupt with VAR anyway. And to be honest, I think it should be gone. I think it should be gone anyway, but it's still there for next season. But they used the semi-animated offsides, which is good to see. But, of course, pretend to be shocked. Who was in the officials? Stuart Atwell, right? And the English officials. Unbelievable. Being my man of the match, you know what? I'm going to give it to Xavi Simons, because I think prior to the goal got disallowed, he was absolutely brilliant for Holland. Probably their best player going forward, and simply gave the Dutch fans some enjoyment. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash the like, subscribe, get your notifications on. Comment down below. Comment down below what your thoughts on the decision. VAR decision, that is. Thank you for watching. Love, peace, and techers. Oh.